So there you go.
Hello, everybody. Great to have everybody here today. We're going to try to keep it short today as we have a ton of work to get done and put together. Lots of great things happening. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw the AMA that we did last week with Otherverse, which is moving along, and we're making great progress on. Be announcing the NFTs, functional NFTs, here in the next 2 weeks with that, as well as the ICO, which again, you'll have to be an accredited investor in the US to participate, possibly in Canada as well too. We don't know that yet. However, TruBadger's got your back because it is going to be holding a substantial amount of tokens. So if you hold TruBadger, you're essentially in. Like Flynn. There you go. And let's see, what else do we have going on? We've got so much stuff going on. This morning, had a review of a funnel that was built by a master funnel builder. And some very exciting people that are going to help drive that funnel. This is for our green energy project that we're working on. Extremely excited about that. One of the top artists in the world is the developer of it. They call him the Da Vinci of our time. And so that'll be being revealed here in the next couple of weeks on what we're doing on that side. And let's see, what else do we have going on? Lots of stuff. By the way, market is, it went down to 1.5 billion, 155, somewhere in there. It popped back up to 2, came back down to 1.8. So I think we're finding a little bit of stability, no giant crash or anything like that. So hopeful after Easter. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't take this as advice, but I think we might be in for a good ride here after the holiday weekend here, and hopefully be able to pick up some momentum. A lot of people getting involved in the crypto space. I mean, you can't even keep up anymore. For a while there, it was just, a bunch of FUD and a bunch of stuff out there. A lot of last year, but this year it's almost all positive news about what's going on with NFTs, what's going on with the Metaverse. By the way, guys, listen. Okay. Otherverse, it is going to be the leader in the Metaverse. I'm just going to let you know right now. So we take all might be, could be, should be. When you look at behind the curtain and you look at the mechanics and you look at the advantages they have in experience, right? Experience is a giant thing. Matter of fact, you guys in sports, you hear this a lot, and I'm not a big sports person, but it's almost like if you have a team that's been to like the Super Bowl or the World Series, and then a new team that has never been there, those players, they always talk about the advantage. They talk about the OGs on the team that have been there before. That experience pays off. And we know that in life, right? You can take somebody that has experience in something and they're much more efficient at it, much better at it. They know what to expect. That is Otherverse in this space. And so they are going to dominate in the space. And again, we're a major partner of theirs. You'll see our name on the site that we're building right now, Nexus Ecosystem. I know in the next week or two, Muon is going to start doing some marketing of us as well, as a partner of theirs. We're just trying to get the final details down on all that stuff. So that's going to help. Entered into a partnership today that over the next few months is going to pay some very good, very, very good dividends for, not like dividends like that, but help in getting things moving forward and putting together. And as well, we have another meeting at 3:00 this afternoon. I got to tell you guys, things are just moving along. I know sometimes you go and you pull it up and you look at the market cap and you go, oh my goodness, 12.3 or 13, it's been bouncing around a little bit in there. And you think, well, we're not getting anywhere. We're not going anywhere. That is so far from where we're really at. We are getting somewhere and going somewhere every single day, getting closer and closer. I just actually had a call 2 days ago with $1 billion crypto fund. Okay. We're going to work together. We don't know how yet. But the fact that they were willing and able to get on the phone with us and talk to us, this is a major organization, is pretty amazing in itself. So, there's a lot of stuff that has to line up and come together. 8 months ago or so, we were the new kid on the block. Nobody knew who we were. We didn't want to just do a big, quick pump and dump. We want it to be around for a long time. And so that's what we've been building at. That's what we've been grinding at and putting it together. And that is all going to show itself here in the very, very near future. I would say in the next month or two. Okay. I'm not going to say next week or two, but in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to start to see a lot of things lining up, from major partnerships that we're getting into, major things that we're doing, and working a lot on funnels and marketing, on being able to drive things as we're getting ready to, getting recognized for the onboarding system that we've built and put together on an ongoing basis. So it's all starting to come very nicely together. The voting will be up, I hope, next week at the latest. Voting will be up. So we'll start having the first one, the voting will be set up for is TruBadger. You'll be able to go vote. At first, votes are just going to be the number of tokens that you have is the number of tokens you vote in your wallet. Towards initiatives and stuff, we'll be upgrading that and changing that as we go through the process. But that side of it is done for SafuFi. As soon as we test it for the next probably month, then we'll go ahead and launch it for SafuFi itself, for insights. And then, of course, we'll start bringing it to the rest of the world and start signing up, I believe hundreds, thousands of projects that are going to come and say, simple, easy, pay a fee every month, our voting's taken care of, and we're able to get that going. That's going to give us a ton of exposure to the whole world of crypto, as we have hundreds of projects coming on board to have us do that, as well as the usage of the safe that'll come along. That we'll actually put together a package for the tax tokens that say, here's your voting algorithm. And by the way, that comes with us building your app to avoid the taxes. And then we'll start filling up safes, eventually having hundreds of millions and billions of dollars in our safes, as well as protecting the assets of the projects. So very excited about that and moving that forward. I'm hoping we'll have a date for a Stardom token here by next week. So by the end of next week, we'll have a date. It will probably be in probably May, sometime in May, we'll launch our next token, which is the Stardom token. Very excited about that. Stardom Chance, the company, has some phenomenal stuff going that is going to help Stardom Chance, the DAO, or Stardom Token DAO, just absolutely just, shine. Okay. Stars are supposed to shine, right? So it's going to help that shine and to move that forward. The great thing is the voting that we've put together with SafuFi, that's actually what will be used on Stardom Token DAO for voting on scripts and different things like that. So again, this is cross branding, right? People come into Stardom Token DAO, they want to be in the movies. They see that voting is handled by SafuFi, right? This is the way that we kind of tie all this stuff together and put it out there. Anything else, Rhonda, that we're working on that?
I have a story to tell. Okay, I'm sitting here and I've got my camera off. I was multitasking on a little something I need to finish up real quick, and I'm looking at Peter on the screen, and behind him is this group of logos, but behind that is this honeycomb, right? You see our honeycomb behind there. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I don't know if anybody ever heard of Rick Dees. He had a radio show in LA when I was, I don't know, back in the whatever. And there was something on there. He always said, oh, bigger name on the other line. That's happening to us every day. Oh, there's a bigger name on the other line. And it's like every time one of these people calls or we hook up, those little honeycomb things are getting filled in and they're lighting up and they're starting to sparkle. And they're all connected. So I'm watching you, Peter, talk about this, and that's what I'm seeing in my mind. I'm seeing all of these components pop up, light up, start to sparkle. They're all linked together. And that is the honeycomb that's right
Yep.
behind Peter's face,
And
is this, and it's, you may not see it, but I feel it.
that's
It's
awesome.
alive.
Yeah.
It's like starting to
Well,
hum, and
and it's
it's like
hard.
a living
Yeah.
honeycomb. It's
It's
very
hard
cool.
for them to see it because they're not
It
with
is
us
hard.
every day, right? They're not
Yeah.
on the calls. They're not seeing the excitement.
Yeah.
But you can listen to a recording that was done by Kwame, who is a phenomenal gentleman. But in one of his calls that he did this past Saturday, he goes, I don't think everybody knows what they have their hands on when it comes to the Nexus ecosystem, right? Because he gets where it's at. If you've been in this space and you've went and purchased a token and, you know, watched a rug pull, or you've lost your money, or it crashed down, you know, and yeah, we're down from our all-time high. We're down, guys, but not down 90, 95, 98%, like a lot of the tokens that are out there. And it's because we're building real foundational businesses behind these that are building revenue behind them. So CNP just did something with Solar that brought in revenue for what we're doing. Crypto Gods bringing in revenue. What we're getting ready to do with Green Citizen, bring in revenue. These are revenue producing business models that then can accumulate assets and build and continue to grow. If you look at where Rhonda is and you look on her right side, your left side of her, you see the logos right there, right? Those are our partners, Otherverse and Muon. Those are partnerships that we formed. Muon, phenomenal technology. Otherverse is going to be the leader in the metaverse. So, okay, let's talk about the metaverse. GPS Citibank put out a report that by 2030, the metaverse will be between 8 and 13 trillion dollars. I want to ask you guys a question, okay? If it's 8 to 13 trillion, let's say it only hits the 8 trillion mark, okay? And we are partnered with one of the leaders, if not the leader, and I will say the leader in the metaverse space. What does that mean where we're headed to? And this is not just on us holding some tokens because we did some consulting work. This is a partnership, meaning we'll be able to bring projects to them. We'll be able to get priority. We'll be able to do stuff with them where we're like not at the back of the line, right? We're not like, oh yeah, we'll get to you someday, but we've established a relationship by helping them achieve success in a way where we'll have that advantage when it comes to what we're doing in this space. And when you have partnerships like Muon and like Otherverse, both of those entities are saying, hey, when we come across projects, who are we going to have work on that? Oh, TruBadger, Nexus ecosystem. They're starting to feed us stuff. Muon has already said, guys, we want to develop some technology with you guys. So these are things that have already taken place that are moving in that direction. I think we have one question. I'm going to try to answer it. Let's see what it is. Dun, 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 dun. Hi, when will Crypto Gods be on OpenSea? So the Crypto God is on OpenSea already. I think the holding picture is there. And Dawn's not with us right now, guys. She's traveling. Her daughter's graduating. Yay, from nursing school.
Nursing school.
Yeah. So she's graduating. So she's heading to the graduation. But I believe the minting was going to be, the reveal was going to be this Saturday, but because of the holiday, we moved it off to the following Saturday. So the Saturday, the 23rd, is it? Is that 22nd?
23rd.
You'll get to see your Ethereum Crypto God, whether with emotions, any of that stuff, the rarity of that side of it. The following week, we'll actually do the second one because we got backed up on that side of it. So they are coming along very nicely. We are working with some very great stuff. I believe that in the next 2 to 3 weeks, Crypto Gods will be sold out. And of course, we'll be going from there. So the real party for Ethereum Poseidon will be on the 23rd. You can see them there on OpenSea now, however, only as a placeholder. Very good. All right. So that's the answer to that. Guys, if we don't have any more questions, I'm going to keep it pretty short today. If there are any other questions, I've got to jump on with the programmers. We've just got a lot of stuff going on with building ICO software, building referral software, Just giant things that are happening, guys, that again, not going to happen tomorrow, right? But deals are being put together, executed on, that are going to make us just absolutely rock and roll. And we're excited about it. Things just always take longer than you think they're going to take, right? You think, oh, hey, you go into a relationship, went into one, started talking to people in November. And a lot of the stuff I'm talking about taking place right now is from that meeting in November. It just took, this 4 or 5 months to actually have it all come. We had to have meetings and meeting and talk and get comfortable with each other and move forward from there. And then we went from one person to one person to one person to, oh, okay, here's where we needed to get to, but we couldn't shortcut it and just get to that person because we had to establish and build those relationships. So, I'm not in the predicting business, and I'm definitely not a financial advisor, but I see some all-time highs coming here in the future, for all of our projects. So, and that would be pretty awesome to start popping some new all-time highs and making some incredible stuff happen on market caps. And again, I see it. And I'm not just sitting there going on the couch going, I think it'll happen. Think and grow rich. Think it, work your what off, and it'll happen. And we're doing all of those. We're thinking it, we're working our what's off, and we're making it happen and putting that together. We have one entity that we're dealing with, guys. It is an 11-figure family office. If you don't know what that means, it is over $10 billion in investment fund. And we'll be talking to them here in the next week or so. We've already had one call. They want us to work on a project with them, and get that going. So that's exciting in itself. So yeah, we're just going to keep grinding it out. And what we do today, you'll see the results. What we did 3 months ago, you're going to see the results here in the next month or so. What we did 6 months ago. All of this is laying an extremely strong foundation for us to be able to build something that's real. Anonymous is asking, what's NAC? NAC is the Nexus Action Committee. It are community members that have come together to say, you know what? We're not just going to rely on Rhonda and Dawn and Sharona and the team to help us grow this. They said, we want to put a group together and we want to take control. They've realized that this is not my DAO. They realize that TruBadger is not Peter. They've realized that it's them and you and all of us that are holders. Okay. And they said, we're going to start doing some stuff on a weekly basis. They built a plan. They're helping educate on using social media. They're helping on driving this thing. So it's about 50, 60 people right now that are in it. That's going to continue to grow. Hopefully it'll be hundreds and then thousands. So if you do want to get involved with that, reach out to them through social media. It is becoming very unique in our space that something like this is being formed within here to build. Again, what is our number one asset? It's community. And the bigger we can grow that community, we are a network. And the bigger the network, the stronger the network, the more stable the network is, and the more opportunity there is within that network. So they've taken the mantle and said, we're going to help grow that. And so if you want to get involved with that, you can definitely do that.
Peter, I need to wish you a happy 10-month birthday.
Oh, are we 10 months old?
We're 10 months old today. So
wow.
I'm like, we often say, oh, a couple weeks, 2 months. In 2 more months on this day, I tell you, I am not advising, I'm just saying flat out, on the 14th of June, you're gonna look back to like this day and the day before and 3 weeks ago, and you're gonna go, damn, look what we just did.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, look, if you look at the real projects that are out there, right? Ethereum didn't grow overnight. It went up, it came down, it went up, it came down. I mean, it's 5 years, I think 5 or 6 years old right now, right? Matter of fact, one of the photographers we've talked to was the first person to ever photograph Vitalik. So it didn't build overnight. And along the way, it had some adjustments, we'll call them, right? Some of those were major adjustments. And in those adjustments, some people said, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of this Ethereum thing. And they went and bought some, other token. And those tokens are probably gone or down. And Ethereum's at 30 something $100. Bitcoin the same way. There were people when Bitcoin hit 20,000, they sold out and, left the industry. They left it. They had made their money because it went all the way down to $3,000. And they've just recently come back in because it went from 3 to 60, right? So, over time, this will continue to move forward. I have a very long-term view of the blockchain and of what crypto is going to do. It is going to change our world. It is going to give us the opportunity. At Bitcoin 2022, the meeting that just came out, one of the speakers talked about right now, before it was decentralized. No one big would even mess with crypto, okay? So it was just a group of people out there saying, let's build a decentralized where you have financial sovereignty and digital sovereignty. Two things, financial and digital sovereignty, okay? Extremely important, especially as we become more technologically advanced. We will either give up more freedom or we will get more freedom. Getting more freedom is decentralized. This concept and this idea of the blockchain and projects that are being put together, especially through the DAO side of things. Centralized, now what happened was in the last 24 months, the centralized part of the world, the corporations, the people that want control and power, they woke up and said, holy crap, we've been asleep. Now they are trying to muster resources to then overtake the decentralized side of the business. I don't believe it's an either or. I believe centralized will exist and decentralized. But what we want is we want decentralized to be the majority of it and the centralized to be the minority. If we don't start accelerating the growth of this by talking to friends and family and bringing this out there, we're doing everything we can to make this happen, okay? Then what will happen is the centralized side will muster their resources, which are vast, and they will take over. Now, what's vaster, though, than their resources are the number of people in the world, because where did these guys get their resources from? They get it from us. We, the people, create the resources for the centralized system. So if we decide and say and educate people on digital sovereignty and financial sovereignty, and so we have to, there is a clock that's ticking, and it's ticking down on who will be the controlling factor. Will it be centralized or will it be decentralized? I want it to be decentralized because that will strengthen the centralized system. If centralized is it, I don't think that strengthens the decentralized system. So there's one clear winner that both sides benefit and all people can benefit. And there's one side where there's a loser and a winner. We want to move towards where both sides benefit dramatically. And that is through this idea, this concept of the blockchain, cryptocurrency, and decentralization. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off. Thank you for joining us today. We are on a mission. We are on two things. One is to make a better world. Two is to make a lot of money